We really see this as a session where people are sitting down and just talking, exploring ideas, business opportunities, networking, and the like. So we really see this as the place to be if you want to learn and connect it, both business oriented or if you just want to learn more about the industry.
It's called Nordic Blockchain Conference. It is in Sweden, and the organizer is a Nordic Blockchain Association. So we welcome Jakob to a short talk.
Thank you very much, Morten. Thank you very much for having me.
And we have to dig into this conference. How important is it, and how has it evolved during the years?
I think that, well, the reason why it's important is that we really live and preaching about a decentralized world, right? Like we work globally. Morten, you and I only met each other once, right? In physical presence. So we do a lot of work throughout the years with our members, the ecosystem, and a lot of different partners. And we really find it extremely important that you meet up in person. So for us, is a lot of value exchange can happen online, and it should, obviously, but there is still something special about meeting people in person. So this is, well, if you take the side events, 3.5, 4 days of activities where you got plenty of opportunity to catch up with people and create like real human interaction. So we find it really important in these days still to do physical meetups.
And if you give us some of the numbers, what are the number of speakers and attendees that you are hoping for at least? Mm-hmm.
So right now we're trending around towards 900, around 900 participants for the whole setup. We have 115 speakers. We try to have a lot of roundtables, a lot of fire chats, two main stages. So a lot of content and a lot of discussion will happen. We got 10 plus side events, everything from a day zero to the side events during the conference, the dinner, the party. So there's in essence, let's say, 1,000 attendees, 100 speakers, and 10 side events. So quite an active and intense week ahead of us.
And it has been in Copenhagen for a lot of years, but this year it is in Stockholm. Why is that?
Obviously, the quick answer is what you basically said. We've been in Copenhagen for too many years, right? Like it is a Nordic association we have. So, of course, obviously, we should go and move out of Copenhagen. The pandemic made it easier for us to do it here in Copenhagen. But now, of course, the most natural step would be either Oslo, Helsinki, or Stockholm. But we saw last year a lot of attendees from Sweden. We saw a lot of interesting attendees that wasn't in the space, like full-time from Sweden. So we thought the most natural step would be Stockholm without a doubt. And I think it's important to state that Stockholm have for many years been leading in the tech scene as well. We are now picking up speed in Copenhagen. So there's a great ecosystem up there in general. So we just thought it would be the most natural thing to go to Stockholm. We actually wanted to go to Oslo and Helsinki as well, but this year Stockholm, and hopefully next year one of the other cities.
We'll see. But what are there any main topics on the conference? Because you have, as you said, more than 100 speakers, but are there any red threads, or what you could call it, among the different topics?
Yeah, I think for us, there's so many different things beneath or included in blockchain. So for us, setting a direction and red thread, we wanted to look into legislation as one of the really important part of it, both with MiCA coming into action here in this year. So really regulative and policy is one of the red threads and one of the main themes, both what's going on on a more European global level, but as well what's going on regional level, as well practical things like what do you need to consider before you choose if you need to get a license? What do you actually do afterwards? So regulation and policy is really some of the important topics. The other one is we define it as transforming finance. As we can see that stable coins, CDBCs, treasury in general, and digital assets is really picking up the speed extremely fast. So that's something that we're really focusing on, well, both to kind of understand what is stablecoin, how can you use stablecoin, but as well the whole discussion of specific Bitcoin. Like a lot of people are now investing into Bitcoin. We can see that a lot of industries now see it in some kind of capacity in digital gold. So transforming finance means a lot, but we really try to have content which is just what is it actually, how can you use it, but as well what are some of these more emerging things like DeFi, of course. Then the third topic that we've been focusing on quite a lot as well is the decentralized infrastructure. So we can now see a lot of great companies are building easy solutions for larger companies to cross-border, cross-organization. They will have to share data, but still in a privacy mode. So you will actually be able to work with your competitors or work with your partners. You can share data, but don't share the confidential data. So we see it as decentralized infrastructure, and then adding AI on top of it. I think AIs and blockchains intersection is extremely interesting. Both now, when you see so many AI agents out there, there need to be governance structure. Having blockchain as part of the governance structure, so you basically can understand what is the rule, what is the prompt for the AI is extremely important. But as well, blockchain is creating so much data. So really understanding how AI can help structuring and get data on chain. So we really see decentralized infrastructure and AI, which is more, let's call it data. How do you handle data? How do you do it both from enterprise perspective, but as well from a consumer perspective? So that's kind of like the three main topics we've been focusing on, and then there's a lot of derivatives in different directions for those three themes.
So you don't have to be a blockchain nerd. You can come into the conference and learn anything if you are coming from a traditional or classical finance background or fintech or maybe even AI.
Thank you very much for highlighting that. That's really something that we are trying to do. Like, we have a lot of meetups during the year. Just in May, we had 7 meetups in the Nordic region, which is more specific topics. That's where the builders or the industry are meeting up. This conference is for us as well, where the amazing ecosystem and builders and companies can show what they're actually doing. So we're really trying to keep it at a simple level. Of course, it can be extremely technical in some of the panels, but we really want to as well educate the broader ecosystem and industries on how they can use blockchain. So it's extremely important for us that if you find blockchain interesting, if you heard about it, or maybe you haven't heard about it, we really want you to urge to come in, because there's a lot of really good speakers and content who can explain what blockchain is in a simple way and how you can use it in your industry.
And who are coming both early years and also this year? Is it the local attendees or is it coming from several countries?
We actually seen throughout the years it haven't been that locally. Roughly 50%. We had obviously a lot from the Nordic region, but we have seen numbers as high as 40, 45 from people outside of the new Nordic region, so the Baltic and Scandinavia. So we both see this is where the Nordic ecosystem meet, but as well, this is where all international players are coming in. We have people flying in from all around the world to basically join the conference. We got people from the US, we got from Asia, we got from Africa. So we basically see this as, from a geopolitical point of view, this is where the Nordic are meeting up. And as well, if you want to learn and understand or go into the market in the Nordic, this is where you want to be. So from I think right now we're around 40, 50 different countries. That's kind of like the average. So quite happy about that diversity in it. And if you look at the participants, we really try to not be too single focused. So it's not a pure financial sector or DeFi. We see students coming in. We see people building it. We see the financial sector coming in. We have trade councils. We have embassies. We have, of course, all the different representatives from different verticals within blockchain. But we see it as quite a good, I would say, melting point of someone who really want to learn or really building something. So quite a diverse, but more into people doing business, right? Like people really using blockchain for something. So it's not the trading or NFT audience, but it's people seriously using Bitcoin on a day-to-day basis or in some kind of capacity within their job.
And of course, there are some networking opportunities as well.
Without a doubt, like we really like, and if people have gone to other more global conferences, we really try to focus on content, and that's why 115 speakers is a lot, but we have a lot of side events, but we really want to make sure that it's all about connecting. We really hope that people are going to have some amazing days, but what really matters for us is that relationships are created, and we really try to measure our impact post the conference. We really try to measure that people actually talk to someone. And what we have seen throughout the years is that it's extremely informal in some kind of capacity. So we really see that people are interacting. a lot, and we really urge people to interact. So it's not the classic, here's a business district, walk down, get some business card, and then move on, go to an after party, have a good time, do some SoMe. We really see this as a session where people are sitting down and just talking, exploring ideas, business opportunities, networking, and the like. So we really see this as the place to be if you want to learn and connect it, both business oriented or if you just want to learn more about the industry.
And in Kaupr, which has an ambition to be the Web3 Nordic media outlet, we are going 4 people, a team of 4 people. So we are really looking forward to this event. And so we'll see you there then, Jakob.
Yes, Mon, we're really looking forward to it. And I just want to emphasize, like, we're really glad that you're joining. It's all about sharing the knowledge. I think here in the industry, we all know that blockchain is the right path, right? But now it's about like really sharing and educating. So we really think your work that you're doing and your team is extremely important for the ecosystem and for the conference. So thank you very much, Morten.
Thank you then, Jakob, and good luck with your conference.
Thank you, Morten. See you soon.